This is what appears to be a very simple process, but it's very, very sophisticated in its research. The first step is eat wholesome food and drink clean water. Now everybody would say, well, everybody knows how to do that, right? Well, this is not the case. We teach people, we re-educate them on what their grandmother probably taught them to do many years ago. Number two is one of the key features of our program. Most people have never experienced this before. Most people start off the day with some starchy product, such as a bagel or a sugary drink. And what happens in another hour or two is that they're hungry again. Some people actually get shaky or a little brain fog. What we do is we teach people how to feel good during the course of the program. Blood sugar is balanced throughout the course of the day so they don't experience those cravings and symptoms of brain fog, shakiness sometimes, or inability to make a decision. Some foods, however, are not bad. It's not that they're particularly bad for everyone, but they may be bad for you. This can manifest as feeling poorly shortly after eating that or within a few hours. One of the features that we help balance blood sugar with is certain foods are more likely to give you this drop in your blood sugar that you might not know about. And we carefully eliminate these early on in the program, get your blood sugar balanced, and then reintroduce them later in the program. An example of this is myself. I love oatmeal, but if that's all I eat for breakfast, by about 11 o'clock, I get a little shaky. And of course, giving injections in the office is not a good thing to do when you're shaky. So I come to the patient with a needle like this with my hand. That is a great example of not balancing your blood sugar. So most people would say oatmeal is a good thing, right? For me, it wasn't particularly good because I had this response every single time I ate it. So for me, with my oatmeal, I have to put some nuts in it or nut butter and a little bit of cinnamon to help balance my blood sugar. Step 3, balance rest, stress, and exercise. Your clinician will evaluate you for appropriate exercise. You'll learn how to balance your exercise. Stress management is we use some simple techniques for, but most of the time, if you get adequate rest and balance your blood sugar, you'll be able to manage whatever stressors come your way during the day. Step 4, get great coaching. Coaches are obviously individuals who get you to do things that you weren't going to do on your own. This is so important. And likewise, if you need to get from point A to point B, you could find it your own way, but many times when you have a guide, you'll get there a lot more quickly. Great coaching is a key feature to our program. Your coach has been extensively trained in supporting individuals who want to make lifestyle changes to improve the quality of their life. Step 5, measure success. We love to catch people doing things right, so we measure a lot of things. This way, we can guide you and refocus you where you might need some help and celebrate the wins where you have had success. A clear example of measuring success was a patient of mine who had had an excellent response to our recommendations in over 2 weeks, was very forthright in doing everything we'd asked her. She called me on the phone and said, I am gaining weight. I am not doing this program anymore. I said, well, wait a minute. Tell me what you've been doing. Well, I did this. She was walking. She was eating very effectively. And I said, well, the best thing to do is have you come in and we'll do some measurements and an evaluation and we'll see what happened. When she got to the office, indeed, she had gained about 2 pounds. But when we did a body composition analysis, which is one of the ways we measure success, she had actually lost 4 pounds of fat and gained 6 pounds of muscle in a short period of time of 2 weeks. At this point, she couldn't believe that she had done so well, and these measurements were a key feature in having her stay in the program. It takes your commitment with focus and follow through. If you're in the middle of a crisis in your family or you have huge deliverables at work, that might not be the right time for you to do this. And we, your practitioner, will help you find this out. The second thing you need is a team. It always takes a team to produce an exceptional result. And we have a team of trained healthcare professionals that work with you to get that result. You need a plan to get where you want to be, and also you need to measure your results, as we discussed, to show how far you've come. The reason it works is you're eating real wholesome foods in the proper balance, quantity, and frequency. We're ensuring your nutrient support with this program, so you don't have to worry about it. you're managing your lifestyle issues that can impact your weight. While losing weight, you're not experiencing hunger, cravings, poor energy, or mood swings. You can look and feel well in the program, and many of our patients get lots of attention because people almost immediately see in their face that they've done healthful steps in moving in the right direction. The program protects your muscle mass. This is the bank of your energy stores. When you get sick, you don't lose fat, you lose muscle first. And this program protects that by using body composition analysis frequently to ensure your long-term health. After many years of yo-yo dieting, people have lost a lot of their muscle mass. There's a term for this, it's called sarcopenic obesity, and was coined by Johns Hopkins University several years ago. These people have lost their muscle and still have lots of fat on their body. Also, and this is the good part, it addresses underlying causes of many of your chronic health problems, making it easier for you to feel well and succeed long term. We have measured this over many years with medical symptom questionnaires to find out that people who had done these programs eliminated also chronic ailments such as sinus problems, skin problems, fatigue, brain fog, muscle aches and pains, and joint stiffness. One of the first things I noticed in using comprehensive lifestyle programs is that patients who had pain had significant reductions in the level of pain and stiffness they experienced every day. After a while, they also decreased the need for their prescription medications. What I feel best about is I'm reducing their risk in the long term for heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and even cancer. Another favorable side effect is they have increased energy levels and a sense of well-being or feeling younger. Body composition analysis is a painless procedure where electrodes are placed on the hand and feet and measurements are taken and entered into a computer. Things that we find out with that include lean body mass, body fat, and fluids. And that's all well and good, but let's just take it to the waistline here. For women with waistlines greater than 35 inches and men with waistlines greater than 40 inches, there's a dramatic increase in the risk for hypertension, heart disease, diabetes, and many cancers. While these conditions are all scary, more common side effects of poor lifestyle choices include joint pain, stiffness, fatigue, and sleep disruption. And one of our particularly fond symptoms that we tend to eliminate is snoring. Many times snoring has kept an entire household awake, and when patients change their diet and enter into this lifestyle medicine program, their spouses and family members are much happier. This is one of the ways that they notice that they sleep better because they're not snoring as much. And by that, they can feel more rested and minimize fatigue the following day. This is what we call the reintroduction phase. The first thing we've done is we've gotten your diet very clean. Once you reach your optimal weight with that, we reintroduce food strategically and carefully on a weekly basis, and you get coached on how you might be able to interpret any symptoms that might arise. This process can help you discover which foods are friend and foe, and this will keep you on point with your food choices down the line to minimize any health impact from these foods that may have been occurring before. Some people will not maintain their weight loss once they've lost it, or some people won't even lose weight to begin with, given certain foods that they've ingested. When I use the analogy about the oatmeal, I had a definite impact with that. But other people actually experience swelling, or fluid retention, or brain fog, or sleep disruption. One of my patients who had done very well in the program, who had lost about 45 pounds in 15 weeks, had an occasion to go out with some friends and reintroduced just a small amount of pasta. And before she even got up from the table, she noticed something was different. By the next morning, she was 4 pounds heavier. Now, she would have never noticed that on a routine program that allowed pasta. So, not that pasta is a bad thing, but for her, it was a bad thing. The new medication they've been touting in the media will only help you lose 3 to 8% of your total body weight. These are pretty modest results and easily obtained with a lifestyle medicine program. The incidence of obesity in this country is not because we have a deficiency in pills or surgery. They lack the knowledge on how to live healthfully. They have a deficiency of healthful food, clean water, and consistent activity. Having someone take a medication for a lifetime is not an answer or a surgical procedure that is irreversible. My concern is that I don't want people to have surgical or medical misadventures. The massive incidence of obesity in our country today is our bodies telling us how very out of balance that we really truly are. More medication will not restore this balance. These drugs manipulate our very delicate hormonal systems. We need to really refocus our thoughts on results that we can get relatively easily with good coaching and sustain for a lifetime. This is the recommendations that have been made for every national health organization in our country. Some of them are the National Institutes for Health, the NIH, and American Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute, American Diabetes Association, American Heart Association, and many others. Well, actually they call it TLC, which I think is a nice way to phrase that. TLC is first-line therapy. They call it first-line therapy. So every time an individual is diagnosed with something as high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, osteoarthritis, osteoporosis, the first thing they do is say, let's change your lifestyle, because most people are influenced the most by the choices they make every day. How much you sleep, what kind of food you eat, how much fluid you consume. Most people don't even drink water during the course of the day. The average weight loss per person in our program for individuals such as premenopausal women is about 3 pounds a week in the first 5 weeks. Postmenopausal women about 2.2 pounds per week, and men about 3.5 pounds per week. But pound for pound, the premenopausal women do the best. Let's review. It's 5 steps, 5 weeks at a time. The first step is to eat wholesome food and drink clean water. The second step is to balance blood sugar. The third step is balance rest, stress, and exercise. And in order to do all these 3, you have to get great coaching. We're going to find out which foods are friend and foe, and we're going to measure success to catch you doing something right.
Take a brochure from the waiting room and ask our knowledgeable staff today.